We wrap things up with a look into the future. Get your crystal ball out, Ian. Do you have a crystal ball?
Not to
I don't
hands.
think I have anything that. Yeah, I don't think I have anything that represents a crystal ball here. But we'll pretend there's one right here, and we're looking. The date is July 12th, 2025. We are recording episode 50-ish of the Strong Coffee Drip. What's the biggest marketing story that we're discussing? And I know you have some controversial ones, so I'll go first. Yeah. So if we have to edit it after, I can just cut you off.
Yeah, okay, that sounds good.
Okay, yeah, so for me, I think it'll be the TikTok ban. Now, there's a lot of things up in the air here. I think a big part of it depends on who wins the presidential race in the States. I don't think it'll be banned. And I mean, we'll have a lot more clarity by then, because I think the ban technically is supposed to take effect by January of 2025. So if we're sitting there in July, we should have a better idea of which way it's going. We've talked about in previous episodes, there's the rumors out there that they're creating a US version of TikTok. Would something like that sweep in and then it's really not a story anymore? Would the presidential election and whoever wins have an influence on what happens, or do timelines get pushed back? Because if you think about January, that's when, if presidency was to switch, that's when it would be happening, except there's all sorts of things there. So I really do think this thing's going to come to a head in 2025. I don't think it's going to get banned, but I bet you by July of 2025, we're going to still be talking about it. You know, whether it's get delayed in the courts or it's not happening and we've all moved on, I think that's still going to be a really big story. 365 days from now, you and I will still not have hair.
No.
We'll probably be complaining that it's hot.
Probably.
Because it'll be July. Yeah. So, okay. So I know you've got a few. Roll with it, Ian. It's July 2025. What are we talking about?
One of the following will be in the news. I'm not sure which, but one of the following. So option number one, we talk a lot about AI in this show. Neither you nor I are AI experts by any means. I think we both just find it interesting and try and learn a bit more about it as we can.
Enthusiasts.
Yeah, enthusiasts, exactly. But I think this time next year, it's possible that the news could be saying artificial general intelligence has been achieved. Now, at the moment, we've got a lot of different things which are very good at narrow artificial intelligence. They're great at one thing, but AGI would be a device and intelligence which is as good as an average human at any average task. So that's quite possible to be in the news. If not, I think robots in the workplace could be beginning to unsettle physical labor in the workplace. So I don't think it will be a case of all humans are now replaced with robots, far from it, but I think we could be inching towards that tipping point by a year from now. You'll start to see some of the bigger companies which currently use manual labor starting to employ robots instead, and that will start to make people realize that this is the direction things could be going. And my third and final point, which could be in the headlines this year today, is either Elon Musk or Sam Altman. One of them is going to be in jail. I don't know which. No additional context.
Yeah, no context whatsoever.
That's the headline.
Okay. I now, if one of those was to come true, you'd be pretty smart. If the third one came true, you'd be like, what did you know a year ago? So I like that there's no context to the third one.
I have no idea why. It wouldn't surprise me if that was the case in a year. That's all.
Something. Yeah. Robots in the workplace. There's a great Thai restaurant that my wife and I go to sometimes, and they have a waiter that's a robot that brings your food with a cat face, and it plays music when it comes up.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's as soon as you hear that music, you know the food's coming from the kitchen. Here comes the robot, and then it says like enjoy your food or something like that. So, robots are already here, Ian.
I'm behind the times.
Yeah, you got to go to the restaurants.
That's less than a year away. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Covered a lot of ground today. We talked about sing-along songs. We talked about AI. Covered some of the important things that have gone on in the news for the last couple of weeks. I think that wraps up an episode. Now, this is a milestone episode, Ian. This is episode number 20.
Wow.
So congrats to you and I and sometimes Duncan for making this 20 episodes. Started in November of last year.
Uh-huh.
And so haven't been doing it quite every single week because we get busy with other things. But episode 20, I think, a real milestone. And there's only one thing left to do after hitting episode 20. Ian, do you know what that is?
I do not.
You don't?
No.
It's getting ready for episode 21,
Okay.
which will be next week.
Well, there's definitely that.
Yeah, that's kind of the given.
Okay.
I don't know if there are any other traditions that go along with episode 20, but, we made it.
We did.
Not at the top of the mountain, but we made it to halfway to base camp.
Okay.
So, yeah. We'll get ready for episode 21. We will be back next week with that very episode. Ian, let's get back to work. Have a wonderful weekend. Thanks for tuning in. Goodbye, everybody.
Thanks. Bye.